March the 19th, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of the City of Longview is now called to order. We appreciate you in the audience for being here. Hope you enjoyed the winter this morning and the spring that we're having this afternoon once again. And I know some of you are from Tyler, and I think we may be beating you in azaleas this year. Our azaleas are pretty this year. But we're glad that everybody's here. At this time, we'll have the invocation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Jason Jones.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for everyone that's here today. Please help us with discernment and wisdom. Thank you for all the many blessings you give us, and thank you for the free gift of salvation paid for by your blood on the cross. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of the February the 20th, 2024 minutes. Commissioners, have you had a chance to look over them?
Yes, sir.
Any of you have any questions? If you don't, I will accept the motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second? And a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Minutes are approved. Citizen comment is next on the agenda. This is not part of the, when we actually have the business that's stated on the agenda concerning zoning changes and stuff. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak at this time? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We're now on the consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda are the plats that meet the requirement of the City of Longview. They'll be approved with one vote unless a member of the commission or a member of the public or the applicant would like that to be removed. Anybody want anything removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, then at this time, I will accept a motion for the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Moving on to item number 7 on the agenda, the regular agenda. The purpose of this is to hear all pertinent testimony for those that are in support or in opposition to the application before the commission. Tonight is the first of 2 public hearings that will be held. Anything approved or disapproved by us will go to the City Council on April the 11th, 2024. The order in which I will open the public hearing, the staff will make their presentation to be followed by the applicant if the applicant wants to speak, the general public, those in support or in opposition to the request, and we'll call for a vote. At this time, we'll go to agenda item A.
Okay, this is a public hearing. We'll be held to consider application S24-02 filed by Brandon Corporation requesting a specific use permit to allow for a restaurant with a drive-through window in general retail zoning district for lots 2B, 3A-1, 3B, block 1112 El Woolley subdivision located on the west side of Judson Road, south of Tall Pines Avenue. So the applicant is requesting to allow for a restaurant with a drive-through window in general retail zoning district. A SUP is required to ensure no negative impact on surrounding properties. Currently, the property to the south has a specific use permit for a drive-through window with a gas station. Judson Road is classified as a principal arterial roadway, and this type of development is appropriate along this roadway as long as access management is followed. They are sharing a driveway onto Judson Road with the gas station. Staff does find that the proposed zoning change is consistent with our future land use map and surrounding properties. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Commissioners, do you all have any questions of Angela? At this time, I will ask for the applicant to come forward, go to the mic if you'd like to. Make a brief presentation.
Sam Ivy, I'm with the Brandon Corporation. I'm really just here for questions. Like she said just a minute ago, we're kind of following suit with the property to the southeast. And so it's going to be like the other developments happening at the time there. So I'm really just here for questions.
As I understand, this will be a new construction building, correct?
New construction, yes, sir.
And it is for Dunkin' Donuts? Did I read that?
It is. We tried to put it in our contract to get free donuts, but it didn't work. So.
All right, commissioners, ask questions.
I think I'd like to say thank you. First of all, it's always a great thing for people to bring economic opportunities to our city. So I want to first of all say thank you for that, and we're looking forward to having you here.
Sounds good. I'll pass that along too.
Thank you, sir. I'll open to a public hearing. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak either in support or in opposition to this request for zoning? Commission, you have any other questions? All right, at that time, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve?
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Passed unanimous. Thank you. All right, agenda item B.
Thank you. A public hearing will be held to consider application S24-03 filed by Jacob Schulman requesting a specific use permit to allow for indoor amusement and a restaurant with a private club in general retail zoning district for lots 5, Block A, Hawkins Crossing, located at 3070 North Eastman Road. So the applicant is requesting a specific use permit to allow for indoor amusement. And really, that's to allow for the axe throwing and the indoor bowling that they have, in addition to the existing movie theater that they're proposing. They're also proposing to do a restaurant. And in our UDC, it says private club, but it's a restaurant that serves mixed beverages for on-site consumption. Previously, this location was a movie theater that occupied this building, but it's vacant now. And so the applicant would like to renovate the building to propose that movie theater with the indoor amusement and the restaurant with on-site consumption of beer, wine, and mixed beverages. A specific use permit is required for these uses to ensure no negative impact on surrounding properties due to the zoning, which is currently general retail. This property currently exceeds the required distances from churches and schools to allow for the on-site consumption of beer and wine at this location. Eastman Road is classified as a principal arterial and is maintained by TxDOT. Hawkins Parkway is a minor arterial and is maintained by the city. This type of development is appropriate along this roadway as long as access management is followed. Staff finds the proposed zoning change is consistent with the future land use map and surrounding uses. I'd be happy to answer questions at this time.
Commissioners, questions to Angela at this time?
Does all traffic have to free flow back to Eastman Road? Do
They have
an
access.
exit?
They have access onto Hawkins.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I didn't
And they
see
have
it.
access onto Eastman Road.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Schulman, would you like to come to the mic, please? You can make a presentation, or you can just ask for questions.
Yes, I mean, sure. I don't necessarily have any questions. I just wanted to make sure that I was here to answer any questions. I mean, we're excited about the opportunity. One of the things that comes with alcohol that some folks have a concern with is just overconsumption and becoming a nightclub. That's not what we present at all. Like, ours is there just for the additional alcohol drink just while you're enjoying a drink or bowling or arcade. So we're not a nightclub by any means. But be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
What are y'all looking for as far as completion?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Completion date, give or take?
I mean, construction timelines are always a little bit challenging, but we're trying to get it open in 6 months.
Cool.
So we're working on the demolition, the parts that we know we're comfortable with. Yeah, we're still working through the permit process and everything on a few things, but we have minor comments back that we feel confident that we'll get them addressed quickly.
Well, I think it's going to be well received myself.
You're
Thank you.
reducing the number of theaters, I take it, to add the bowling and the...
Yes, sir.
So how many theaters will actually be there?
So it'll be 8 auditoriums. We are converting them all to full electric recliner as well. So essentially, the back auditoriums of the building will be our full recliner. Yeah, we'll also deliver food to the seat as well. And then the front of the building will be bowling and arcade.
And
So-
axe throwing?
Yes, sir.
I'm not familiar with axe throwing. I've not had those thrown at me
It's a very
lately.
primitive. I mean, you basically throw an axe and you throw it at a board.
Don't start.
It's crazy how addicting it is. It is fun. It's we thought it was a fad whenever we first saw it. What, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? But it's hung on. Like, people love it. It's pretty cool.
Does the alcohol issue limit the age of people that can go to the venue? Or is it in a
No, sir.
separate area? Or-
Yeah, no. I mean, it's we don't do any sort of age limits or anything like that. It's not a 21 and up only space. I mean, we kind of target it as mom and dad that want a glass of wine. If we do have a group of 25, 30s, 40s, whatever, that want to also have a beer, while they bowl. I mean, it just kind of goes hand in hand.
Doesn't have a thing to do with zoning, but one of the questions I was asked, are you going to put theater seats in there that recline?
Yes, sir. Full recline. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, I
You've
mean,
got ample
you
amount
have to today.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You got ample amount of parking. Are you offering a valet option there, or is this,
A valet?
Uh-huh.
No, ma'am.
okay.
No, not at this time. But I mean, as far as the chairs, like, we'll also have the tables as well. So you'll have a swivel table so you can set hopefully your burger and pizza that you enjoy.
Are you inclined to say the name of it?
It's Film Alley is our product.
Okay.
So we have one in Terrell. We have this will be our 5th Film Alley in Texas.
How do
So
you spell that? What is
Film.
Film Alley.
it? Oh, Film Alley.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess just the short spiel on us. I mean, I'm a 5th generation showman in the theater business. We've been in the theater business since the 20s. And it's our passion. It's what we love to do. We got into the movie entertainment center world, which is what we call it, with bowling and arcade, and back in 2012. And it's a fun environment. People love it. It's a multi entertainment venue. It brings a lot. We become an anchor for the community. We like to be part of the community, give back in all different kinds of ways, and we hire a lot of people. So
Cool.
we
That's all
employ
great.
150 people.
Any other questions, Mr. Shulman?
Is it still going to have the one main entrance, or are you going to have multiple entrances to the
Well-
different places?
One main entrance is the intent. Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Any other questions? We will dismiss you, and I'll open the public hearing. The public hearing is open. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to speak in favor of this agenda item? Seeing none, anyone like to speak against this agenda item? Seeing none, I will call for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do
Second.
we have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Moving on to agenda item C.
All right, thank you. A public hearing will be held to consider application Z 24-02, filed by Don Craig, requesting a rezone from agricultural zoning district to general retail zoning district for Lot 6, Block 1, Park Central subdivision located on the northwest corner of 4th Street and North Eastman Road. So the applicant is requesting a rezone of this property. As you can see here on the map, this property is currently zoned agricultural. This is part of the property that is owned by Brookshire's. This is where the Fresh is going. This portion, the rest of their property is currently zoned general retail. It was just this portion that is zoned agricultural. They're requesting a rezone in order to place a sign on the property. Eastman Road is classified as a principal arterial roadway and is maintained by TxDOT. This type of development is appropriate along this roadway as long as access management is followed. Staff finds that the proposed zoning change is consistent with our future land use map and surrounding uses. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Questions of Angela? Anyone? Mr. Craig, would you like to come to the mic, please?
Good evening, Don Craig with Langen Engineering. As Angela said, we're rezoning this for a sign, basically a sign. There's really no development that can really happen on that property. The Brookshire's property where the building is going versus this property, there's 2 gas mains that run right along Eastman Road. So it's really just for the sign. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Do you have questions?
Are you doing the building as well?
Correct, yes, sir.
Wow. Is it gonna be similar to the one in Tyler?
Very similar.
Supposed to be bigger, isn't it?
That I couldn't tell you. It's about the same.
It's about the same size.
About the same size?
That's a nice one.
This one will be as well.
Any other questions?
So you're proposing this for signage only? Is this gonna be some shared signage or just for the store?
Just a sign for the store.
Okay.
Right now, we've got the gas mains that run just off of Eastman Road. This area is pretty heavily wooded. We plan to clear trees out and get a sign out there at Eastman Road, because right now, we're quite a bit off because of the agricultural zoning. So it's really just for the sign.
It's a lighted sign, a large lighted sign? Is that what we're talking about?
Just a billboard sign.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a regular billboard sign.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone in the audience like to speak for this? Anyone like to speak in opposition? I will close the hearing and call for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We got two of you guys from Tyler. Don't go back and tell them that I made disparaging remarks saying our azaleas were better looking. So. Just kidding. You can go ahead and say that. I don't care. I'm excited that y'all are coming into Longview, all of you, with the new Brookshire's concept, with the theater concept, and with the Dunkin' Donuts. So it's an exciting time for the city of Longview, and we appreciate the faith that you have in the city of Longview. At this time, Angela, do you have anything to add?
We had 2 items that went to council last month, and both of those items were approved.
Okay. Any other comments, commissioners? If not, we're adjourned.